Hey, we've been giving you profiles of the city council candidates, Democrats and Republicans, and this week an independent who had a very impressive showing in the September primary. George Sarantou, certainly no stranger to City Hall. He served some 12 years on City Council, would eventually become the city's finance director, a position he held for 3 years or so. Mr. Sarantou, a financial planner by profession, and one of the really good people I've dealt with in public service. In fact, George Sarantou, you're too nice to be in politics, but you have the perfect demeanor to be a public servant. So what brings you back to the business of local politics?
Well, Jerry, I'm very, very concerned because of violent crime, the rise in violent crime that we've had in Toledo and the overall crime rate. I'm also concerned about neighborhood blight, and I'm concerned about the $180+ million we're going to get from the federal government. Part of it we've already received. And I just felt that it was time for me to step back in the arena. I didn't plan on it, but I felt because of these issues that perhaps I could contribute some very important.
Are those two issues of violent crime and blight, those are at the top of the list for Cardi Finkbeiner too, and you kind of ran on the Finkbeiner platform. Explain that dynamic, because you guys have history over the years, and maybe also fold in how you, a former Republican office holder, you do run as an independent and kind of as the wingman to an unendorsed Democrat. It's really an interesting dynamic.
Well, Cardi and I have been talking for a long time, beginning, I believe, February of this year. And, he convinced me to run, and I kind of wanted to run, but I really hadn't talked to many people. But I talked to him and other people in the community, and I got a very positive response, and I felt that it was important. Secondly, I just think I have the ability to contribute something to this council. I see 4 new members that have not been elected before.
Right.
And I just think that maybe I can make some good things. As
You
far
also
as my independence,
Yeah.
I've been an independent, Jerry, for 7 years.
Okay.
And I just didn't feel comfortable switching back.
You say we need more accountability and transparency, and I'm wondering, is the current administration, as you observe it, at times too insular, at times maybe even treating council as an afterthought?
Well, a good example of that is a referral that Councilman Ludeman made in August of 2020 regarding the Summit Street project, and was Black Communications given a pass on the city basically reimbursing them for their work on Summit Street. There were other numerous referrals that have taken a long time to get answered. Look, I can see a few weeks because I was in that spot answering referrals, but my gosh, over a year later, the referral's not answered, and they want to verbally discuss it. Well, a referral deserves a written answer so that there is a record, and that's called accountability and transparency.
Yeah. Real short here. What's the short answer? To answer a complicated issue, but how do we get our hands around this issue of violent crime in our city?
I think that first of all, we have to let the police be the police.
Okay.
I don't believe that's happening. I think they're being held back. And I think that's a real mistake. Columbus about 6 weeks ago went into a neighborhood. They did a real sweep with the Franklin County Sheriffs and FBI and ATF and the Columbus Police. And it worked. They cleaned up. They made 150 arrests, people out on outstanding, serious bench warrants.
Yeah.
And I think that has to happen too, because we have to get back control of our neighborhoods.
Yeah, we do. All right, we're going to leave it right there. That's an important issue. He is George Sarantou. He is running an independent for City Council. He has served there before. He would like to return. Thank you, Mr. Sarantou. Always good to see you. Thanks for what you do in our community. And we'll talk again.
Thank you, Jerry. Have a good day.
And I'll be right back with more.